first mark coming through passenger review today. So again, welcome to Ypsilanti and be prepared for a really great day.
I think that engine's been short. Look at that, I said.
Check.
Judges table number 4, testing. Number 5, judges table number 5, check, 1, 2. Hey, good morning, test, 1, 2. Audio check, 1, 2. Hey, 1, 2, 2, 2. Hey, check. All right.
Older era cars, we have Bill Tilden again this year. Bill, of course, is a retired design engineer from Studebaker Corporation. And we also would like to call your attention to the fact that again this year we will be selling t-shirts.
I mean, what it had been originally Maui blue?
Yeah. No, originally it was a green.
Oh, it's a green, okay.
You can tell the early ones because the fuel pump sits on top of the engine.
Oh boy, you got yourself a ride now, huh?
I don't do good on directions because I don't drive.
Yeah, don't you?
Oh, you don't?
Here are many cars, and for those of you who are looking at where I am standing, over to my right in the circular grassy area, we'll take a moment and try to walk down and see what's under the tent. We've got a special feature today. We've
I always tell them I bought it brand new. Those kids are always asking, did you buy that brand new? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's a good one for me to buy it brand new. Yeah. I got a 30 right. What had a side mount, but it's not green on it.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, bear with us. We'll be starting very shortly.
My transmission. And I will be on it at least twice.
Oh, the Calvin? Yeah. 56 is good.
Yeah.
Oh, 56.
Can you see by the dawn's early light we're so heavenly sweet, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you very much. Okay, ladies. This is a 57 Nash Ambassador four-door, and we've got Joe. Pronounce your last name for me. Danielowitz. Okay, and Joe's from Sterling Heights, Michigan. Tell us about this, guys.
This was the last Nash automobile built. They only built about 10,500 Nashes in 1957.
Category. It's well deserved, and you do fine work. Okay, guys, talk about the car. Well, this car was merchandised by Nash as a Suburban, and it's basically a little sedan that
Right.
Yeah, and it was an American Motors built V8, 327 cubic inch. Okay, gentlemen, pull it up. The next featured mark, of course, is Packard. I don't know exactly how large this class is, but usually we have pretty good representation of the Packard. 16, Jack says. As a matter of fact, John McElroy and Mr. Sherman and Mr. Hall took this class, and we have the winner of this class. We'll start with the older model Packards. First circle, pull it right up here for me. Keep coming. That's it right there. Stop. I knew you were going to get there sooner or later. This is Pete Hensley from Farmington Hills. There's a 39 Packard 120 convertible. Okay, the Packard 120 was introduced in 1935. That was a hallmark of Packards with luggage carriers. If you did not have the luggage rack, why the license plate and lamp were moved down closer to the trunk handle. Clipper Deluxe 4-door. This is Ben Harwood from New Boston, and this is a very beautiful car. Tell us about it. Just keep coming, gentlemen. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. A little more. That's good right there. Stop your vehicle. Come on, get up here close. You stay in the green, you stop. I want these three that are simultaneous, similar body styles together. Just hold your horses there, mister. Hang on, we'll get to you next. A lot of trophies in Steve's back seat. It looks like that car's been around. And we have a 53 Packard Clipper Sportster. This is Len Gregory from Lambertville. Gentlemen, tell us about these cars. Well, in 1951, actually introduced in August 1950, was a new freshly restyled.
And this was a special model that Packard put out trying to popularize the car based on the popularity of the Tudor hardtop. So it's not a Tudor hardtop, it's not as expensive as that, but it's got additional trim around the side windows, it's got trim on the inside designed to make it look like a convertible, including along the headliner, the roof bows, and that kind of thing. Packard did an amazing job in 1955 facelifting their 1951 body. They weren't quite happy that the windows were rather narrow, but they did a terrific job, and the 55s came off looking like an entirely new car. This is a Clipper Super. Notice the different grille, and notice the new taillights in the back. Those D-shaped taillights were really handsome, and they were very popular with customizers. Right.
So before that, I'm all right, or after that?
Okay.
So they're getting closer now?
Yes. Yep. I'm just coming back to look at some office space down at the Fisher Barn.
Oh, good.
And a tech center building in Plymouth. So, yeah. It's a live search again. Good, Dick.
All Packard made a script on the right side of the picture, beginning around January.
Can you give me a quick tutorial on the controls here?
The tiller? On the tiller?
Okay. Yeah, pretty much, it's almost direct linkage, down there, so it's hard, it's almost impossible to turn these when you're standing still. But if I push out, obviously, I'm going to go to the left. If I pull back, I'm going to go to the right. Now, there's a drum controller that controls the banks of batteries, and there's a 42-volt bank in the front, 7.6 volt, and there's the same in the rear. There's 42 volts in the rear. Now, the motor has 2 field windings, and there's a starting resistor, so at the low speeds, the 2 banks of batteries are in parallel for 42 volts, and then with a starting resistor and 2 different field connections, you get 3 speeds at 42 volts. This works this way. It's locked out now, but this is the way the speed controls work. And then there's a foot pedal here. If I push down on this pedal, and I do that, I can go backwards. Same number of speeds. Not that you'd want them all in reverse. But
and these pedals then?
This is the brake.
Okay.
And this is the parking brake. If I pull back on that and release it, now this is active. If I move this forward,
I see.
I would move. So but this locks it out. It serves as a parking brake, and it also serves as an electrical cutout for the system. They were very easy to drive. Women loved them. typically were ladies' cars. I mean, Matilda Dodge had one, Clara Ford had one, Mrs. Joy had one. They were all, and the ladies, they were typically ladies' cars. They just enjoyed them. They were clean, quiet. Doctors loved them.
Now this seat, does this pull out, or is this the way it is? Tucks under
it's a storage box, really.
I see.
It's a little storage container, but I've had people sit there. I mean, and the other car, I have two of these. The other one is the longer body style, and this seat is about a foot longer, so it's a lot easier to sit on. But I've had five. You can put three people across here, and one here. If they're not crowded, I've had somebody sitting here and I work the pedals between their legs. Just for, when you're just like when you're not going fast, but just with a group of people in the car going short distances.
Well, great. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, the old controls were pretty basic, but they worked fine.
Yeah,
they worked. It's interesting.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
The other one I have that I've had out here other years is a 1916. That's the one with a little longer body.
Okay. Does it also steer same way?
Steers exactly the same way. The controller is different. This controller is under the seat. On the other one, the controller is under the floor. So it's just different linkage.
Yeah.
But the theory is exactly the same.
Okay. Good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Jack.
What's that doing? What's that doing? These were handsome cars. They were definitely new looking with the front fender, front door surface, continuous and the outrigger suspenders.
Thank you very much for bringing your car. And last but not least, we have a 52 Studebaker Deluxe Champion, and this is Mike Pulaski from Livonia. I know Mike's been here before. Thanks, Mike, for bringing it. Tell us about these cars, guys.
These first three cars represented the 1950 facelift portion.
Did we talk about the 52 mile?
No, you're gonna bring that up.
Okay. All right, I guess that's...
Who built their automatic?
The automatic transmission became available in 1950. Well, we don't have an example, but in 1959, Studebaker, in order to survive, needed to have a smaller, more compact car. So they took what was basically their 1953 level mid-body and chopped off the nose and tail and gave us the Lark. And the Lark was an immediate success in 1959, restored Studebaker to profitability, but it suffered a bit the following year when the big three announced their compact cars.
Now, we've got about 6 cars that are very similar in design. If you'll pull yours up to here for me, we're going to get all 6 of you fellas in here together, I hope. Pull them up tight, guys. Stop right there. Come on up here. Come on right up here. Come on, keep coming, keep coming. Come on, a little more. That's good. Now, you in the gold Studebaker, drive here on the grass. We're not going to hurt a thing. Get over here. Now we're going to get into the Avantis. These have got to be my all-time favorite Studebakers. They're not a real Studebaker?
No, the two that are coming up are real Avantis. I think Jeff will probably talk about Avanti 2. But
come right up here. We're going to get all of them up together. Now, where's your window card, folks? Yeah, we need a window card. That helps.
What Sherwood Avery wanted was a glamour car to bring people into Studebaker showrooms, and he worked with Raymond Loewy again with this Avanti, which is built over a Lark chassis. Really an innovative car. I was stunned when I saw this car. I was especially stunned because it has no grille. All the air intake is below the bumper, which is quite common today, which was very radical in 1963. The headlights were covered.
We've got pre-World War II Independence. That's the next class. If you would pull ahead a little bit more for me, sir, right about to here. You can stop her there. This is a 29 Rio Flying Cloud Coupe, and this is Bill Reed from Canton.
Rio was one of the medium-priced car makers in the United States in the 30s, and it was founded by Ransom E. Olds, therefore the REO.
Okay, gentlemen, let's keep the line moving. Bring her up here. Now, this is a spectacular car, and it's been here before. This is a 25 Detroit Electric 95 Brougham, And this is Jack Beatty from Ann Arbor. And Jack, I've seen your car everywhere. It is a gorgeous car.
It is. I think we should remember that I believe at one of the first automobile shows held in the late 19th, early 20th century, I think there were more electric cars on sale than there were gasoline or steam cars. So electricity and steam and gasoline were sort of which one or which way are we going to go at the beginning of the 20th century. Of course, we know which the gasoline engine won for a number of reasons, but other small companies used to continue to build electric cars for various very small markets. I believe the last ones, is this in Detroit or Baker?
Detroit.
Detroit. I know that one of the last ones used a 1936 Dodge body. Was that a Detroit, Jim? Do you remember?
Yes, it was. In fact, Detroit Electric also built delivery trucks, and I understand the J.L. Hudson Company had a fleet of them that might have even been in operation after World War II.
Now, this electric car illustrates a problem we now have with existing electric cars. It's too quiet. And realize when you're about to cross the street, you use your eyes, but you also use your ears. If you can't hear a car, now you got to do that, yes. But now actually the engineers on today's electric cars have to figure out when a car is turning at a certain low speed, they have to have a special little horn or something so that pedestrians know that there's a car turning into their path. So that sometimes, when you achieve all this silence, and that's really an advantage. But then if you're a pedestrian, it isn't.
For those of you in the bleachers, if you'll notice, we've got a passenger here facing backwards because there's a seat there. And instead of a steering wheel, this car has a tiller. So it's kind of a neat deal.
One other thing that is unusual, at least I believe, is the use of curved glass in the greenhouse. You'll notice the corner windows are curved glass. That might have been the first use of it in automobiles. Jeff, you might know better than I, but
you're right. I didn't notice that. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Very interesting car.
Sure is.
Boy, you talk about quiet. He just took right off, and I couldn't hear a thing.